Oh, what's up? Yo, yo, yo. ¿Qué pasó?
It's me, and my name is Bernice. And welcome to another episode of
Marriage
Marriage Monday.
Monday. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yay.
What's going on? What's going
What's
on?
up?
How we doing tonight?
Come on
this
now.
wonderful, nice Monday evening.
Yes,
Hope
indeed.
all is well in your world.
Yeah.
We just want to thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Marriage Monday.
Yes, indeed.
We are continuing our series Diamond Status.
Yes, yes.
Yes, it's been a wild ride. It's been a good one, though. Diamond
That's right.
Status.
That's
So,
right.
yes, tonight is part 3 called The Cut. But before we get to there, we're just going to go ahead and recap a little bit what we talked about. So let's just give a few moments for people to tune in. Let's see who's tuned in already.
Yep.
Leave some comments in there. Say what's up.
Yes, yes. Man,
All right.
how's it going? Yes. Since last week, man, it's been pretty legit, man. This series right here, man, part 3, it was like man, how can we put this together? But hey, we just rambling on it right now, man. That way people can jump in. I see there's a couple of y'all jumped in already. But look, man, we're not gonna waste no time, man. You know, we just been on this series, you know, about diamond status. You know, we reached 25 years, and so that's actually like a silver anniversary. But we went to the next level and called it the diamond status level, or bringing your marriage up to diamond status through, you know,
Right.
in your marriage, yeah.
Right. Which brings me to say this. We talked about in part 1 where it's hidden and under pressure. But
Right.
the word diamond is a word derived from the Greek word, which means adamas, which means unbreakable. Sorry. The Greek word adamas, which means unbreakable. So that just means a lot. Like, you want your marriage to be unbreakable, right?
Yes.
Why not be in that status of unbreakable? I think
Adamus status.
Yes, the Adamus status is what Babe called it. I love that. So, like it says, they're pure carbon, and it's the hardest known substance on Earth. So that proves it as well. Like, diamonds are unbreakable. Come
That's
on,
right.
guys.
That's
Come
right.
on.
The hardest of
The hardest substance, which is brings me here is one of my favorite points that I came across.
Which we didn't have it when we did part 1. All of a sudden it disappeared, but here we go. We got it now.
Part 1 had a little oopsie daisy, but you know, we recovered it. We got it now.
Yeah.
So I'll just read it out for you. In a diamond, the atoms are held together by a particularly strong type of chemical bond called a covalent bond. In a covalent bond, 2 atoms share electrons in their outer shell, holding the atoms close together. So they are almost overlapping. Once formed, these bonds are very difficult to break. So when I was in my studying, I had to like put this down because it spoke volumes to me. And it just, we're talking about how, you know, diamonds are unbreakable, right? We want our marriage to be at that diamond status level.
Yes.
And then, people are like, why diamond status? Why diamond status? It's not just because we made it to 25 years. Like, that's a
Right.
huge mile marker to make.
Yeah.
And especially for us, I say.
Yeah.
But for this, it just shows that a diamond can represent so much. So think about it here. We are the atoms in this diamond, okay? In a diamond, we have to have atoms. So we are atoms. We are the two atoms. We're held together by a strong type of bond. What is that bond? A covalent bond, right? So that covalent bond is representing the Lord.
Right.
So God is actually holding us together by sharing the electrons, because we're us atoms, we're sharing these electrons.
Yeah.
And so in the outer shell, that covalent bond, which is God, is holding us close together.
We need us some Jesus.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
So once that is formed, that is very difficult to break. So think about how much you need the Lord in the center of your marriage. Come on, guys.
Yes, that's right.
Like,
that's
that
right.
just spoke volumes to me. Without God in the center of our marriage right now, I don't know where we would be.
Yeah.
Because we had to go through a lot of things. We were hidden. We were under pressure. Like part one, that's what part one was all about. First, it was hidden. Our diamond status was hidden because we were under so much pressure. We're like, when are we going to come out of this? We didn't see the light. We didn't know. We had a lot of questions at that time in the beginning of our relationship. So one of the things too that we said that the diamond represents is that it's a stone of commitment and faithfulness.
Yes.
And it's a promise between husband and wife. A promise. Like, that is very important to think of. Like, why do you think the diamond is one of the most common engagement rings?
Yeah.
It's the beginning stages of your marriage. You want that diamond. You want a diamond. You want that diamond status. You just want your marriage to represent that unbreakable bond between you guys.
Right.
That promise, that commitment. Like, it should be unbreakable.
That's right.
That faithfulness should be unbreakable at all times. So yeah, we talked about being optimistic.
That's right.
We want to be optimistic. We want to handle things differently than other people. We do not want to be pessimistic. What is pessimistic? Mm-hmm. The ones that doesn't ever see a way out. The ones that see everything so negatively.
Right.
They can't handle the pressure.
Yeah.
And
let me ask you a question. What can you describe a point in our marriage that we have to be optimistic in 25 years?
There's a lot.
Just a little brief, just one.
Oh man, let's see. Gosh, you put me on the spot here. Optimistic. Okay, so let's say one part, but when we first, I'm just going to put it out there. It's the first thing that's popping to my mind right now. We went through a lot before we got married in our first 10 years, to the point that a lot of people don't understand why I chose to even go forward and say yes and marry you after 10 years.
Right.
I had to be optimistic in that point.
Right.
I couldn't think about what everybody else was saying, that I was dumb and that you were never going to change your ways. Once a dog, always a dog, like they always say. That was a pessimistic people.
Yeah.
because they're out there. They always see things that way. Like there's never the light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
But I had to handle it differently in that sense because I knew what I wanted. I focused on being a good wife. I focused on being a good mom. I focused on not wanting a broken family. And I also knew that the man that I fell in love with was there somewhere. You were just maybe just going through something like I didn't know. So I knew that when you told me like, hey, let's get married, I knew it was for real and you were ready to move forward and drop everything. Like I knew it was going to be a road, but I was optimistic about it.
There you go, guys. That was part 1. I hope y'all listening to this, man. If y'all missed part 1, hey, go back to it. 2 weeks ago, how we broke down part 1, and then moving right along because there's a lot. We need to get to the main, the last process.
We
of,
do
of
need
the
to get
novel.
to the last process, yes.
And so,
the part 2. Let's see. We talked about being under fire.
yeah.
So we're still under pressure, right? But we're also under fire. So I'm going to skip this one right quick and go here about how it says carbon has to constantly is that key word, guys. Carbon has to constantly endure pressure from heat to be the beautiful diamonds they become.
Yes.
Remember, before you're a diamond, it's nothing but carbon.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't handle the heat, if you can't handle the pressure, you're not going to become a diamond. You're just going to stay pure carbon, which is basically a lump of coal. So this one, I twisted it around because we talked about the atoms earlier, about us being atoms and the Lord being the covenant bond to hold us together. Well, this twist was for fire to keep burning, oxygen has to be present, right?
Right.
You always have to have that oxygen if the fire is going to stay lit. Like,
right.
When they're trying to put out fire, if there's just oxygen blowing on that fire, it's harder to put out.
Yeah.
So in this sense, the diamond, which is our marriage, needs oxygen, which is God, to keep the fire burning. Right. Well, why do you want to keep the fire burning, they say? Well, the longer in the fire, the more beautiful the diamond will become, right?
Ooh, come on. Yeah.
So, yeah, think about it. So when your marriage is going, through the fire and under pressure, you should know that God is your oxygen and he's keeping the fire burning for a reason. For your marriage to become the diamond he wants it to be while protecting us at the same time. So that's good, juicy stuff right there. So in order for us to get to where we needed to be in our marriage, it was a process. It was a process of just us changing our behaviors. Not only did my babe have to change his behavior and letting some things go, I had to change my behavior too. I couldn't be that jealous type no more. I couldn't be the one always saying he was out there doing wrong. Because if I was, where were we going to go? When he's trying to change his behavior and I'm still accusing him and he's not doing nothing, that's just going to push him further to go do it. Yeah. So my behavior had to change. I had to give them that window. Okay, we said we're going to make this work. Let's make it work. So we had to change our behavior and recognize those barriers that were in the way. What were those barriers? The barriers for us, for Babe, was a lot of his friends and family that kept him out partying all night. It was hard for him to let go of that because he's the type, he don't want to let nobody down. So those were barriers for him, and we just had to endure that extreme heat from family and friends of the way we were changing our lives. And we had to stand in unity and endure that extreme heat from everybody around us and stay optimistic about what we were going through because we knew what we wanted for our marriage.
Yeah. Wow. That was good stuff.
Quick
right
recap,
there,
part one, part two.
There you go. Which brings us to right now, man. Look, I just want to let y'all know because the time, as she was going over, recapping over part one and part two, man, I just heard the Lord just say, "Hey, look, you gotta let them know that what they're going through right now, either they're under pressure, you know, some are under pressure, some right now are being put through the fire. The impurities are burning off, whatever it is, witchcraft, whatever it is, ailments, diseases, sicknesses. We're being put through the fire. Look, 25 years ago when she started having seizures, she didn't just have the seizures. I had the seizures too. We did it as a unified couple. For real, guys. For real. But look, some of y'all under pressure, some of y'all going through the fire, being put through the fire. And then some right now, look, we done endured everything. We've been together 50, 60, 70 years. The last process is the Lord is telling y'all right now that for me to tell y'all being cut. When all else fails, even when we done been through all the burning, when we done been through all the pressure, when our marriage done been through hell and back. Look, there's some of you guys listening right now. Hey, you're gonna reach it. You're gonna reach it. You're gonna come out.
Yeah. The way I'm seeing it is funny. The diamond popped out like a pimple.
Yeah.
It just popped out. It was done. It was, forming, but it wasn't done.
Yeah.
Not done yet, honey.
It's not done.
It popped out, but it's not done.
when we thought when we thought we were getting over the infidelity and selling drugs and being out and leaving, not coming home, when we done put our foot down and said, "Look, I'm not doing it anymore." I thought it was relaxed time. God said, "No, Bubba. No, son. Yep. It's time to get cut. It's time to get cut." And let me tell you, look, there's 5 steps to a diamond in this last process of getting cut. Look, I didn't think about it either. I thought they would just go in there and just make a little cut, and you kind of shape the form, little pyramid, little dome top, shape it.
It's a whole nother process.
There's 5 steps.
I think we can make another whole series on just the cut.
Yeah. Like for real. Check it out, man. Hey, y'all that are tuning in, man. Look, y'all in for a good one. Look. So part 3 is the cut, right? We're talking about the cut. We failed to mention, but we're gonna say it right now. Look, me and Tiffany are just a couple, man, trying to encourage. Look, with the mission to encourage other couples to thrive and not just survive. Look, thrive and not just survive, man. Okay. But look, in the process of the cut, the first step is planning. I didn't know how depth they went into this when I started researching the cut of a diamond. When they told me there was 5 steps, that got very interesting because look, the first step is planning. After you done but been put under pressure through the fire, it's time for the cut. Before the cut, guys, look, before the cut, excuse me, the diamond actually goes through this digital view, 3D view. And the diamond cutter's looking into the whatever he's looking into that's digital, right? It's 3D form, right? He's shaving here, shaving there, cutting here, doing a little cut there, looking at it here and there. Look, it takes a lot of planning how he wants to cut that specific diamond. Yeah. And the whole time, look, we're being cut. This is very important. Listen to me. Who's our diamond cutter? Who's cutting us? That's the Lord Himself. We got to have a higher a rank than us that's leading our way around this thing called marriage. Look, because it is tough. It is tough planning the way when the stuff that me and Tiffany went through, all the burning and all the pressure and everything, right? We had to literally come together, sit down and plan. Look, we got to stop doing this. Like I just got to come home every night. I got to get rid of the the substance of pornography. I've got to get rid of. There was sudden. I was getting cut, guys. I was getting cut. Now I can't explain it to them. I had to come out with a specific plan on how I wanted this marriage to come out of the fire, out of the pressure. Huh? That is some good stuff, man. When look, check it out. You can research it yourself. Go look at it. Google the diamond process, the cutting process of a diamond, or the 3 steps of a diamond, which they break it down. And look, this is actually to get to this status. It went through some serious planning. We still plan, guys. Look, we still plan. Number two, I hope y'all writing these things down. Cleaving. Cleaving, another word for cleaving is sawing, cutting, uh, laser cut. Another process, the second process of the cut of the diamond after they done plan how they wanted to cut and form the diamond, how they wanted it to look, right? They had to get the cut after that process. The number one step, go to number two, and it's cleaving, it's cutting. It's actually cutting the carbon diamond after we done burned the impurities. The what do we call it? The covalent, the covalent part of the diamond, the coal part. They actually get this piece and they cut it. They cut it into little pieces of how big, how many carats, what's the size of the envisioned diamond. Look, it goes through a specific cleaving session in the cutting process. In the cutting process is
So
the
would you
splitting.
say like it's like kind of leaving? So like
No, it's actually is cutting because
right, it's cutting, so it's separating from
it's
each other,
separate.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so in our process,
Hmm.
you had to cleave. We both did.
Right.
It's leaving and cleaving, like we had to be separated from certain family members and
There you
people
go.
in our lives.
Yes.
That I think that's what you're trying to break it down to.
Leaving and cleaving, yes, because when they split this coal rock, the diamond in this process, they're making the pieces of diamond. They're making carats of diamond.
Mhm.
Is what the video explains it out to be. It's just they're so precise that when they cut and they split the two pieces, the two diamonds apart, they want to cut it so precise that the roughness of the diamond, there's no waste. There's no waste. And so get it, guys. Leaving and cleaving. We had to leave and cleave. Our marriage had to leave and cleave. It had to leave the mom and dads. It had to leave grandpa and grandma. It had to leave. In my instance, I had to leave my family members and friends. I had to leave them and cleave to my covenant bond, my Adam, which was Tiffany. Tiffany, that's my baby doll. That's my A1 from day one, right? That's number two, man, of the cutting of the diamond. Step two of cutting the diamond. Step three is the rounding of the diamond. Look, This one's is real particular. I want to kind of elaborate on this one if I can just grab a hold of your mind right now. Because in the word of God it says that iron sharpens iron, right? The diamond, in order to cut or scrape the diamond, another diamond has to go against it, right?
Right.
And so the in this process of the rounding of the diamond getting cut, it is two wheels with a spindle. Imagine that, with a spindle. It's a turning wheel with a three-prong hand which grabs the diamond, okay, and spins it. Well, you got another wheel on the other side. If I can just get a, you got one wheel, right? You got one wheel turning right here. You got a spindle with an arm with the diamond at the end, grabbing a hold of it, and it's spinning like real fast in one direction. You got this other one, the same thing as this one over here. It's got diamond number two, but it's going the opposite direction. And so when the rounding happens, the two diamonds, check this out. The two diamonds come together in opposite polarity. If you don't mind, opposite polarity. One's going one way, the other one's going another way, and they touch each other, giving its own roundness, its own surface, its own molding of the diamond. Remember, from the raw form of two diamonds, rocks being shaped into a prism-like diamond. Hmm? It takes iron to sharpen iron when two diamonds are getting together, roughing out each other's edges. Look, we can only do that. We can only do that, sharpen each other. But when it goes past our knowledge, our wisdom, uh, uh, in our marriage about a certain circumstance or a situation, when we don't know, when it's frustrated us, when it's aggravated us, when we're and slamming the door and all of this stuff, we need help. We need help. Do we understand? Anybody? We need help, right? And so real quick, we're not going to run to the family members and friends who have been divorced and separated. We could look, I don't want to blank them out, right? We can use their advice and knowledge and wisdom if it was one, their divorce happened because of infidelity. In the Bible says the only way that it is for good in God's eyes is because of infidelity. You can divorce, like she cheated, he cheated, boom, I'm out.
The way I see it, the way to put it is, you don't want to go run to another pessimistic marriage.
There you go.
You don't want to run to another pessimistic marriage because they're not at diamond status level.
Right.
If they're at the coal level,
yes,
they're still pure coal. So how is coal going to sharpen or cut, not sharpen, how is coal going to cut the diamond?
Right.
Because it specifically says that, I think I put it right here in my notes, that it's the hardest material on earth, but only diamonds can cut them.
Yeah.
And so I like your thing that I didn't read that it's actually two diamonds cutting each other. This one says it's they have diamond bladed edges are used on the equipment to make the cuts. So also that's just another powerful way, the way you put it, is it's actually two of the diamonds together.
Yeah.
I've heard that they use like some type of laser technology too, but that still, to think, if you're having an issue and you need to talk about it and you need some advice, don't go to the pessimistic marriage. Go to the ones that are already at diamond status level, and just
been through some stuff,
right? And they don't have to be together 25 years to be at diamond status. Right. I don't think that's the case here. Yeah. But it's, where are they at in their marriage? Are they optimistic? Or are they pessimistic?
What year is it good to talk about marriage, or who can I get advice from? Look, We're gonna leave that on y'all because
Right.
we can't say go talk to a marriage that's been together 50 years.
Right.
We have learned stuff off of marriages that are just 5 months in it married.
Right.
We have learned from marriages that have been 70 years together in marriage.
Yeah.
And so we just put all of that stuff, we just rounding our marriage, are buttoned up with other marriages trying to get sharpened in our area of need. What is our area of need? It might be how a man is supposed to uh, um, be.
Romance someone.
Yeah. Look, when I was growing up, ladies inside the house, cooking, cleaning, washing dishes, washing clothes, all of this on the inside. Guys outside, taking trash, cutting yard, weed eating, whatever had to be outside, all the guys will be outside. Look, nowadays, hey, this man right here, I'm sweeping, I'm mopping, I'm Windexing the windows, washing the dishes. I will tell you the truth. I cannot wash clothes. I will not wash clothes because, hey,
if you have to, you will because you've done it before.
with the help of somebody, but I'm not just gonna say, "Hey, babe, I got laundry today." Like I promise you, that's not me. I'm not
Something's
perfect.
wrong if that happens.
Hey, yeah, something's definitely wrong if that happens for real. Cause man, I tell you, I'm not gonna lie, man.
Is help me carry the baskets to the
Hey,
laundry room.
us men, we're supposed to be karate chopping demons and dragons and slaying them up and all of this. Look, that's one demon right there, man. He puts a whooping to me every time. I'll do it, but if you got white drawers, it might come out pink. Cause I done mixed color with the white. Like I'm sorry, like man. I remember back in the day, man, junior high athletics and stuff, man. And my whitey, my tidy whiteys, man, they would turn pink, man, because my dad washed clothes and he washed it with a red shirt of mine, and you know the story. I'm talking about pink socks, pink drawers, like guys were just laughing at me in athletics, bro. Like, man, look at this guy. That's when pink wasn't hot then. Like pink, like real men wear pink these days, 2023. But back then, 1990, a man better not have wear pink. I'm telling you, hey, but look, check it out. Let's get back to this. After the rounding, guys, after the two diamonds come together and they're going in opposite direction, they're touching and they're rounding each other off, right? As we're going through life and we're talking to other marriages and seeing whatever other marriages are doing in their times of trouble financially or whatever it is. If the rounding happens, and then the number four step, the polishing, man, and the polishing. That's the fourth step of the diamond. And this one just basically just says mechanically roughing the edges. That's what it is. They're on a spinning wheel, and they're just that's rounding again. Yeah, right. Well, I'm gonna polish it. I'm sorry, man. I gotta get with the program. Look, polishing. Why? Because it smooths, right? It's smooth. The smoothness of the diamond. You polishing it and out. You making it smooth, right? Number two, the reflectiveness. Have you ever looked inside of a diamond and seen all the rainbow colors, the spectrum of the rainbow in it? That's the polishing up, man. Before that happens, you can't see through it. There's no reflection. It's not no cleanliness to it. And so it goes through the step number four of the diamond getting polishing. Look, we're constantly on number four. We're always polishing up as well, man. Our marriage, we're always polishing the rough edges. Like there's still like we're not perfect, guys. This marriage right here, we're in hot pursuit of perfection. But like I always say, we will never hit it until we go to the other side to meet Jesus. But while we're here, we're going to be in hot pursuit of being perfected. And how do we do that? we go through the steps of actually getting cut as a diamond. Our marriage is going through the 5 steps of the cutting of the diamond. And polishing is number 4. And we have to constantly be polishing up those rough edges along the way. We will overcome. Look, listen, we will overcome those things that gave us trouble in the past, but we're always just remember this. We're either going through something, about to go through something, or coming out of something. And so, in those 3 instances, we're always got to be polishing up in our marriage, in our language. Look, do not let language be a barrier between you and your spouse. If you are a bad communicator, if you're using 5 bad words, come on, man, 5 bad words in one sentence just to make a statement, we have a barrier communication problem. And we need to learn how to communicate and polish that up, guys. Women, y'all too. Y'all got some foul mouths too. We need to go ahead and eat a couple of jalapenos and put some a bar of soap in our mouths so we can polish up the way we're talking to our husbands. Look, don't compare them. Look, listen to me right now. Write this down. Do not, do not. I don't care if it's a husband or wife. Do not compare your spouse to another kind. Don't say, hey, you should be like old Bob, your cousin over there. You should be old like Mary Jo over there. She don't do this. When her husband gets mad, she does this. Look, no, bump that. Bump that. Look, do it y'all's way, man. But always, always polish yourselves up in affirmations to each other too. I can't explain it enough. Polishing up the attitudes. The attitudes. You know the attitudes that we're giving off. You know the jealous attitude that we're giving off. Like literally, check this out, guys. Look, I don't want to put nobody's business out there, but look, if Tiffany came home from the grocery store and I was helping the next door neighbor, which is a female, and because I know mechanics, and she was having a brake problem and she needed a whatever. Look, my babe already knows this is where the polishing needs to get up. Some of y'all guys need to hear this. Listen to this. Polish up on the jealousy. Look, Tiffany could talk to any man she wants. She can talk at the man that's whistling at her. She can talk at the man that got her number from the neighbor over there. She can talk to the man that looked at her at Walmart. She can talk to the man that's whistling at her while I'm walking tied hands together at the mall. She can talk to any of them. Any of them. This is what I have to tell y'all. Y'all have to polish up on that nonsense. Look, as I was a child, look, I have that scripture right there. Look, y'all done heard it. Y'all done heard it. I'm going to put it up there. 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I thought. I thought as a child. How many of you do y'all see kids out there? I got a 7-year-old granddaughter and a 5-year-old grandson. One gets a brand new look. Both of them could get brand new toys, and they want each other's toys because they jealous because the other one looks better than the other one. We all get it from a child, and we need to understand that is childlike stuff. Childlike stuff. You look. I want y'all's marriages. I want to encourage y'all to hit diamond status, and the only way we can hit diamond status, polished off, shining, being reflective. Hey, I want look at their marriage, man. That's how I want our marriage to be. The only way we was able to get there as I became a man, I put away childish stuff. Let me just tell you this, brothers and sisters. That jealousy crap is childish stuff, man. This is what I say to the man. You can talk to my wife, you can holler, you can whistle at her, you can do whatever. It's up to her. It's up to her what she's gonna do with that phone number, what she's gonna do with that neighbor next door that keeps coming over for sugar or for coffee or coffee cream, whatever, whatever. Look, I'm not gonna waste any of my time and energy. Even right now, 25 years, if I still got to worry about her love for me, that if the man that's whistling at her, she's gonna go on the under, turn around on my back and say, "Hey, what's up?" Huh? If I'm gonna spend any time and energy on that, bro, look, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. And we're here to encourage y'all, right? We want y'all to thrive in y'all's marriages. So look, bump the noise, man. The stuff that happened in her lifetime before her and I 25 years ago, we're all there. We're human. We were young and dumb. And you know the rest of that statement. So when we were young, hey, man, dipping and dabbing and everything. Like we shouldn't have been, but it happened. And guess what? It's in yesteryears, yesterday. So guess where the past is? The past can only be the past if it was in yesterday. And don't go back trying to get that. Look, if we know that we have a jealousy problem, we got to get on our knees, man, because it's not the spouse's fault. It's not the spouse's fault that the other guy, the other woman cheated on you. It's not the spouse's fault that infidelity was penetrating the marriage or the relationship. It's not. We're human, guys. We're human. That thought of jealousy is what it is. It's a thought. It's a thought. Sometimes we grab a hold of that. We grab a hold of the thought. Oh yeah, he's out there messing with her. Oh yeah, when I go to work, she's talking to the neighbor. He's gonna come for sugar. How I know he comes at 11 o'clock? Because I got me a ring door out there. I see his butt when he comes over. Yeah, got to polish up, man. Got to polish up on that optimism instead of the pessimistic mindset. If we're at work and thinking that our spouse is talking to somebody on the under, we need to polish up on that. Brothers and sisters, as the spouse is at work and we are doing these things, guess what? We need to polish up. We need to polish up on one, repenting, because my next one, look, my next deal that we go to quality control. The diamond, the last fifth step, the diamond goes quality control. It goes under a microscope to see if there's any imperfections in the diamond. Or maybe it needs a little bit more polishing here. Maybe it needs a little cut here. Maybe it needs a little rounding here. Our marriage, though, quality control, God is under the microscope. I mean, God is looking in the microscope. We're under the microscope. We are being quality controlled. What is this marriage? How is it going to reflect on those marriages that have been through a hell and back? That after he done cheated 5 times and he almost had another family. How am I supposed to bounce back off of that? How am I supposed to bounce back off of, well, the person that she cheated with? The son was playing football and the coach was coaching the 5 year old son who slept with the wife. How do you come back from this? How do you come back from this? You be put under pressure, you get put through the fire, you get cut, polished. That way we can reflect. We can reflect on those marriages that say, man, I don't know how I'm going to do it. She done did it again. She done did it again. How much do you love her? Oh, every time she's doing it, are you bashing her? Every time he's coming home, are you smelling him? Are you looking at his face gestures? Are you looking at the way he walks? Are you listening to the way he talks? Are you listening how his attitude is just shoved in your face? Come on, brothers and sisters. Come on, brothers and sisters. 25 years, diamond status. We're here to let you know that your marriage can thrive, man. Not just survive. Don't be like the normality of the world, of the marriages that are out there that are just surviving. We want y'all to tap in, get on that spinning wheel just on the other side of us. That way, when you need to be cut or rounded off, you can spin with us and we can sharpen. We can sharpen because you are a diamond. We can see that the happiness, we can see the joy, we can see the unity that y'all bond together. We can't see what's in bed, but we can tell by y'all's unity, y'all sanctified unity. We already know there's no problem in the marriage bedroom. Come on, man. Come on. Like we're literally here for y'all guys. We want to encourage y'all that hey, there's some marriages that are out there that are being put through the fire longer than what we have. Maybe you're sitting here on the other end and you've been together with yours for 40, 50, 55, 60 years and you've been going through all that stuff. I want to encourage you right now. You're still diamond status. You're still diamonds. Oh, you're being put through the fire. Yeah, I know Remy G, but man, I've been together with this Joker for 55 years. How much more burning does my marriage need to go through? I don't know. But every time it goes to quality control, every time it goes to the microscope of God and he's looking down, is he looking down on you or is he looking down on you and you're not looking at yourself? Or is God looking down on you and you're looking over there and pointing fingers like it's her? I'm telling you right now, when God looks down in the microscope and he's looking down on our marriage, he's not looking down on it together. He's looking down on it. What's he doing? What's she doing? I'm telling y'all, brothers and sisters, it's the cut. It's the cut. It's the final cut of what the Lord looks down on and shines light on this marriage that can reflect over on people. That way, our goodness, our greatness, our togetherness, our spirituality, our everything about us that God had instilled on us can shadow over y'all's marriage. In the name of Jesus. I'm telling y'all, man, I want to encourage y'all, man, that y'all thriving. Y'all thriving to be diamond status. 25 years, it goes like this. With 25 years, we're like, wow. I remember when I was younger, we were going to dances that the tias and tios they were making 25 years, grandpa and grandma making 25 years anniversary, and they put in a big old pachanga, dance, food, comida, everything. We go over there as a family. I remember. Now we're there. We're there.
Now we need our dance.
Yes, indeed. Hey, man, this concludes, man, the three-part series of Diamond Status. Get your marriage to Diamond Status. Look, we encourage y'all to go back to part one. Go over it. Go over it. Hear it once, twice, three times. Grab number two, one, twice, three times. Let's hear it. Get it in bed and like, hey, man, I guarantee you, I promise you, each time you hear it and watch it, you're going to get something else out of it. I promise you that, man, because why? We ask the Lord to touch y'all's heart and y'all's marriages, y'all's health, y'all's finances, everything y'all touch. I ask the Lord to touch it. Cover it in the name of Jesus. Diamond status. Let's go. The cut. Till next time, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Look, go on there, YouTube and Facebook. Give us a like, man. Comment, shares, do something, man. There's a marriage out there that needs Remy G and Tiffany. Look, they need us. They really, really need us. So put us out there, man. We just call it in. Every marriage, look up to us. Until next week, y'all have a good one. God bless y'all.